All right, welcome back to. Oh my gosh, now you got me saying it.
Welcome back to Section 12 with Rev and Blue. We've got a guest today.
He's our very first guest.
He's our very first
I'm so
guest.
excited. This is fantastic.
This is Gary tenHaaf. We also know him as Rodeo or Rodeo. It's actually Rodeo, but I just wanted to play some magic there. He's here. He's here today. He's a pretty awesome guy. He owns a company called Dex by Vets. Did I say that right? Dex by Vets?
Dex by Vets.
Oh, you're
Dex
sure?
Dex by Vets and More LLC.
Dex by Vets and More LLC.
So
he does
I
all
want to
kinds
talk
of stuff.
about your business, but I actually want to talk about like your background a little bit first. So before we get into the business, you're really cool. You have a lot of things that you do. And one of the reasons that I think it's important to kind of give your background is to tell people like why Dex by Vets and kind of tell them.
So I've been in the military for 20 years now. Well,
Yay.
almost 20 years. June 14 marks my 20-year date. Mm-hmm. And I've always liked construction, and I built a deck when COVID hit on my house, and I just really enjoyed it and went through that, and it just kind of took off like wildfire. I named it Dex by Vets so that it right away gives it that trustworthy and hardworking aspect to it. And that way, right away, I can, customers know that they can trust me, that I'm not just going to take their money and run.
I think that's really important.
I think that's
and
very
I think
important.
people really like to support veteran-owned businesses as well.
Yeah, that was my little part of it. Veteran makes it more noticeable.
So are you actually a veteran, or is this stolen valor? I just need to know. No, I'm just kidding. Is it? There's like a party coming up for you.
Oh yeah, my June 14 is my retirement. Not doing a ceremony because Battalion in their infinite wisdom changed the annual training dates to June 14 start, so I can't do my actual retirement ceremony that day, but I'm still going to do a 20-year / retirement party at my house. Getting together.
20 years. That's fantastic. Thank you for your service. That's badass.
And tell us what you did when you were in the military. I mean, you still are, but.
Yeah, I started out going to Korea for my first duty station, and then went to the reserves, and from the reserves I deployed twice, one to Africa, one to Iraq. And yeah, I'm a drill sergeant, so I yell at privates for a living. So
Okay, that just sounds like a lot of fun.
It is.
How long were you active versus
15 months active, 2 years, and my initial contract, because I had a girlfriend, was 15 months active, 2-year reserve.
Gotcha.
So when I went into the reserves, I was planning on going back active duty, then decided not to.
Yeah.
Best decision of my life.
Well, because you have a beautiful wife and beautiful children, so it's yeah.
And great friends.
Yes.
Yeah, and great friends.
So one of my favorite things was when you were deployed in Africa and we had Flat Gary. And we literally printed out like a full size, it was like half of him though, like a full size of him, and we laminated it, and
I think it was like from
it was like to his waist.
To his waist or something and up, but yeah.
But we missed him, and so we brought him with us everywhere we went, and all of our friends, and we would
really
pass
funny.
them on, and people would bring them all over the country.
Which is really funny because people who had never met Gary knew who he was.
Who Flat Gary was.
And so when he came back, there was people who knew him because he was Flat Gary. He was at the party. What do you mean? He was there.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We would all like come, take like selfies with him.
We actually did more that year too. Almost like, hey, let's bring Flat Gary and go do stuff.
Right.
I went to Sturgis without me.
Yeah.
I didn't go either. I know.
Yeah.
No, one of them didn't Schwartz put him on his back and do a.
He did a Tough Mudder. Yep.
Got to participate.
That was Aqua Gary though, because they laminated the Flat Gary because it was it's paper, so they laminated it so it was Aqua Gary. Yeah.
Yep. And then you had a huge coming home at the airport. We all went and saw you come home.
My motorcycle was there.
Yep. His wife bought him a motorcycle that was pretty epic, like a welcome home.
Still in her name.
That's.
I love it. Well, yeah. I mean, we were talking, just on the way here, while we were kind of preparing, that you seem to have a really great balance between how hard you work for your family and then spending time with your family and being there with your family. And I thought maybe you could just kind of give us some I don't know, words of wisdom on how you kind of found that balance and have maintained it.
It took a minute to get that balance. The biggest thing I had to make sure to do was my Mondays. I make those days specifically for demolition of a deck and for home visits. So I do home visits from 9 to 12. And then that way, because I had it multiple times where I'm like, yeah, I could be there on Thursday at like 4 o'clock after the job. Next thing I know, 4 o'clock's there, I'm still on the job, and I'm like, oh, I forgot. And it's just, there was a lot of forgetting.
Yeah.
And so I changed it to where only Mondays, I only do it on that. Only very special occasions, I'll go out on a different day if I can. And then just knowing, like, family is the utmost important thing to me. And so making sure, you know, I work from 9 after I drop the kids off from school, which is my favorite part of the morning, and then work until 4 or 5 o'clock usually.
Yeah.
And unless I need to get it done, then I'll work later. But I make sure I'm home on the weekends. That was my biggest thing for starting a business is not having to work on the weekends if I didn't have to.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I just took time of, you know, prioritizing family over work because I can't work myself to death.
It's so easy to do that though. I mean, it's so easy to get so involved in your work and just be like, oh, I got to do more. I got to do more. I got to take care of the family. I've got to bring the money in. I've got to do all of that. And then we find ourselves like, oh, I haven't seen my kids in, you know, a couple weeks or whatever. And I mean, I grew up in a household like that where my dad worked and I love him to death, but he worked like 80, 90 hours a week and I never saw him. And looking back on that, I know that he has regrets that he always thought he had to put like work was absolutely first. And so, yeah, I really admire you for being able to balance that out as well. And you can see it in your kids. I mean, your kids know like that you are around and you are there and they're so much better for it. So
Best quote I saw on Facebook was, if someone asks your daughter, can you cook like your mom? Her response should be, well, can you work like my dad?
nice.
That's
I
awesome.
love that.
That's
is great.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, my biggest thing is
His wife's a chef, by the way. I'm sorry I cut you off, but I had to throw this out there. His wife is a chef, so throwing this out there that she is an amazing cook.
Oh, yes.
amazing.
Yep.
And yeah, God is definitely the biggest. That's the only reason I can do this is because as much as it's miserable right now because I don't have work because no one's thinking about building the deck right now.
No.
I just know, God's going to provide. As long as I'm putting my best foot forward and doing my absolute best, my abilities, I'm never going to be homeless. There may be a time where, oh man, we have to move out and move somewhere, more affordable, but I'm never going to actually be on the streets because God's going to take care of me.
Amen to that. That's exactly how we feel. I mean, we're in a different business, but we
Both
have
seasonal.
our slow season is also in the winter, and it's one of those things that we work, 7 days a week from July until December. And then it's like, absolutely nothing. So yeah, I mean and it's all about finding that balance of like putting money away, like while you're working your super, super busy season. And then that's how we make it through like January and February. I started doing that a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago I started doing that because it was like it got to this point where it was like a desperation of like, oh my gosh, like we didn't save anything. We didn't, we just were and I was like, that is really dumb. Why are we doing that? Because, farmers I feel like are that same way. Like they make all of their money in the harvest and then they have to, really, really extend it all the way through.
Yep.
And so I just kind of started thinking about that and I just kind of put things away and would forget about it and then just be like, oh yeah, that's right. We're totally fine for January and February. And that's when we catch up on life. Like we put our life back together because we're working so hard the other
I've been
6 months of
nonstop
it.
working on projects in the house and thanks to you actually, because he retired one of his, a miter saw.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh my gosh, that thing's been going constantly.
he retired his miter saw and had bought a new one, and I was looking to buy a miter saw, and he gave me his old miter saw, which is amazing. It's like she said, it's been nonstop.
He's done so many projects. I'm like, oh, what are you working on today? Oh my gosh, what are you doing now? Yeah. It's been great. So
and I'm learning the whole, because they always say, businesses don't really make money until like 3 to 5 years. And it's definitely making sense because that first year, I was raking in the money.
Yeah.
I was like, holy crap, there's so much money, da da da. And then, I had to buy all this stuff, and then I hired an employee, and then hired another one, and then, this year, or last year, it was like, getting really tight. Granted, some of our vacations might have been a little much, but is what it is. And that's this. I'm in my fifth year-ish, and I'm like, okay, I'm seeing, I need to start budgeting. I can't just because I have this money doesn't mean I have it.
Right.
In all reality.
Right.
Yeah, you definitely don't have it when you have it. It's gotta. It's almost better. Like Sarah and I were talking about this recently. Like I would almost rather us put the money in an account and pay ourselves a salary.
Yeah, that's
right. So that way we have a set amount that we definitely always have, which would ease her mind if we had a paycheck coming in, right? Like to see that coming in, but it would be pulling out of the other account. So because she sees both sides of it, it's still the same.
Well, and that's what I have is I have flex checks, and they're my payroll, and I just have it set for me as a salary. So every 2 weeks, as long as I know the money's in there to be able to pay the salary. But yeah, I
lean in a little bit while you talk.
I just got to I do that so that I make sure I'm getting that paycheck and for taxes, because you do 1099s or not pay taxes, it really bites you. And learn that.
You have to have enough write-offs, and you have to have. There's got to be a balance there.
Spend money to make money. When you're in business,
definitely.
you have to have the tools in order to be able to do the business. And I think that was the thing that I think I struggled with the most when we started was like, but we, and I'm like, but then I realized you need that in order to go to that next level. Like we want to bring our business to the next level. And so you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in your business. You have to believe that God's going to provide, like you were saying, and all of that. And then you just jump off the cliff and are like, here we go. We got this. I wanted to ask you like some of your favorite decks that you've built over the years.
Okay, wait. How's he going to show us those decks?
What?
I can send you pictures of them.
Perfect thought. Good thinking.
Do you want me to do the pointing thing again?
She's like Vanna White.
Such an idiot.
That's
This one.
I like when she does that. She points and put a little.
My first deck that I did with my new decorators decking, which is the composite deck, which stays 10 to 15 degrees cooler on your feet.
Oh,
I
nice.
have the darkest color you can get, and I can walk on my deck barefoot, which is in the middle of the summer, which is so nice.
Yep.
And at your house?
If you guys have never walked on a deck that was really hot,
deck.
I don't know why you wouldn't have, but decks get really, really hot in the summertime.
Very hot. And that's the biggest selling point for decorators is that it stays cool. And so the first deck I did is actually right around the corner. I get to see it every single morning that I got to bring the kids to school. It's right around the corner from my house. It's a massive two-level deck that also has a stairway down to the pool. It was a huge undertaking, a very expensive deck, and it just it sits there, and every time I see it, it's
like a masterpiece.
Yeah. It is.
That must be so fun to like drive past and just look at your work. Like I did that.
My first composite deck, with those railings and stuff. And
what was the roughest deck you had ever done? Like from start. Obviously, when it was done, it wasn't rough, but maybe the.
Like, do you have any like crazy stories?
Yeah, crazy stories of like tearing out a deck that's like falling apart and collapsing, or in like a hard time getting it together.
I had one deck where I had to stop in the middle of the job and had to wait because when you attach the deck, on the house that the floor joists are attached to is called the ridge board, right? I'm having a brain fart.
Sure,
right now.
I'm gonna go with
Anyways,
yes, because I don't know.
So I have to attach rim joists. That's it, rim joists. So I have to attach my deck to that. Well, 9 times out of 10, especially if you have a slider door, they don't always seal properly. So then water gets behind the siding and down right along that door, and then will rot that ridge board. And I had one where that whole board was completely rotten out, and it was too big for me to take on. I didn't feel comfortable with it, so I actually had to tell them, hey, you got to get another contractor out here to fix the rim joists so that I can attach to it. And so that was like 3 weeks that I started the job, I got the deck demoed, and then I had to wait like 2 or 3 weeks for a contractor to get in there to fix that. And yeah, that was a rough one. It was a small deck, but it was still just above
Super complicated.
my skill set at that time, which now I'd be able to do that over the years. But yeah, otherwise, just dealing with bees, that's always fun, especially when they're in the house.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. I had to be like, I can't work. You need to call a pest
Exterminator.
control.
Yeah.
Got to get rid of them.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
I'm sure you've seen your fair share of like spiders and all other kinds of creatures under those decks. I don't even want to look under ours and like,
Yeah. Yours is going to be gross under there, I'm sure.
They tore it all out, and when they put it back in, I looked down and I was like, that's no.
It actually wasn't bad. Like it's like the ground was. It's not dirt. It's not all dirt underneath there. It's
it's a lot more of just dealing with spiders and all the crap that falls through the deck.
I didn't think it was horrible. I don't know. There was definitely a lot of spiders down there, but I didn't think it was horrible. I think it's because the dog gets under there and breaks up the webs.
Probably. We should stopping her from going under the deck. She can keep it all clean under there for us.
Right.
I had on my deck at my house. Definitely don't look at that one for my work, because that was my first one ever doing, and it's a good carpenter's door is old. A carpenter's door at his house is held on by one hinge, but his work is impeccable. Yeah, except at his house.
I love it.
That's like don't buy a car from a mechanic. Never buy a car from a mechanic. Same concept.
You could buy a car that a mechanic fixed up.
No. I'm talking about like their personal car.
Personal car.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Don't ever buy a mechanic's personal car.
Because every month or so, because I'm a mechanic, every month or so I have to readjust my camber because my tire's sticking out like that.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Instead of fixing the problem, we just limp it by.
Yeah. Limp it by.
All right, well, good. Let's end with anything else that you want to share about your business. Just shameless plug, just whatever you want to say.
Shameless plug.
Where do we get a hold of you?
Oh yeah, so I'm on. Yeah, that's probably a better thing.
Yep.
I'm on Facebook, Decks by Vets and More. On Facebook, that's pretty much like the only spot. My
616-900-5466.
We will make sure to put all this information up.
It will definitely be on there.
It'll be right here.
right here. Ding.
Yep.
But I do decks and fences. I do vinyl fences, metal fences, wood fences, chain link. Decks, I do composite or wood. I'm starting to do a little bit of pergolas over the decks, but pretty much any deck I can do. I got a lot of resources. I got a lot of people that I lean on to help me out with stuff that I don't know. And I'm constantly learning. That's the biggest thing.
Absolutely. Do you often send people unsolicited deck pics?
Oh my gosh.
This
is what happens when he's just kind of unsupervised.
Unsolicited deck pics. My deck's bigger than yours.
Mm-hmm.
I think you should make sure it's like that. I would definitely wear one on the show.
Mm-hmm. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I know. I thought about
I would also
making them in.
wear one of these on the show.
I know. I need to get more made.
Every once in a while, throw another plug your way.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And I drive. So my deck business, I only go about 45 minutes one way from Jenison. Jenison's where my office is, and so pretty much Kent County, Ottawa County, kind of a little bit further out, but nothing too crazy. Like Kalamazoo, I don't go down there. It's just too far for just me to be able to go do that. And right now it is just me working, which honestly hasn't changed much of my time schedule. I'm still able to get decks done in a week. Usually it's a week that it takes me to get a deck done, unless you got a lot bigger of a deck. Like I just did they had a 10 by 12 deck, and they wanted that one rebuilt, but then added on a 16 by 24.
Wow.
So that one by myself took me just under 2 weeks.
Okay, that's still really impressive.
Yeah.
to get that done in 2 weeks.
Yeah. So like a lot of people think, how long is this going to take? A couple weeks? No, it'll just take a week, usually. And I don't, when I start a job, I don't move on to anything else. Like when you hire me, you're not going to like get me for a couple days and then I'm gone for a week and then the next couple days. No, I stay on one job, start to finish.
Oh, I love that.
I'm not,
Which is what I would have, like, if I was hiring a builder, that's what I would expect anyway.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I would think was going to happen, is I'm paying you to do it. But apparently that's not a thing.
No, it's definitely not the case. There's a lot of people out there that are like, yeah, it's been, and when you're doing like big builds, like a full house, you're going to have times where it's going to be stagnant because you got to wait for other contractors to line up. That's the nice thing about me. I don't have to wait on any other contractors.
Right.
The only thing I got to wait on is permits if I, forget to get those done early enough. But every deck I get is permitted, inspected. So, I mean, and I overbuild my decks. I've actually had multiple inspectors say that they like my builds. They like how I do things, and they like
because they're solid.
Yeah,
yeah,
they're solid. And for an inspector that inspects these every single day and goes through multiple different people, then for them to say that to me is pretty awesome. And especially when I have an inspector call me to go do a home visit, that speaks volumes.
Absolutely.
Because he has all these contractors at his beck and call, and he called me. All right.
To do a home visit?
To check out a deck, to do a quote. I call them home visits.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, my home visits are my deck quotes.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah. Gotcha.
So people just need to get a hold of you if they're interested in a deck for like this year, and
yeah,
get them on the schedule.
Yeah, home visits are free. The quotes are free, and I can I'll usually have
the nice thing about small businesses, you don't have to worry about him trying to scam. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to worry about him trying to, and like, oh, it's all free. Come on in. Let me talk to you about financing.
Oh yeah, no.
He's not that guy. You literally have him show up. He measures everything out, tells you what it's going to cost. You talk about material, and
but like you are the salesman. You are the one that installs it. You from beginning to end. Yep. That's exactly who you are, which is amazing because then you know every aspect of what's going on and you can control all of that. So
and customers, when I come to their house, I'm who they're going to get.
Exactly.
They're not going to walk outside one day when their deck's being built and, I don't even know who these people are. No, you get me.
Yep.
You get me on every aspect.
And with that,
I love it. So yes, definitely get a hold of Gary and he will come out and build you an absolutely beautiful deck. Bye.
See you guys.
See ya.